What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So look, man, throughout the history of sports, whether you're talking about boxing or baseball, NBA, whatever, there are athletes that on the field, in the ring, on the court, are extraordinary. I mean, sometimes there's no words in our English vocabulary that are enough to describe how magnificent, that's not a good enough word at times, some of these athletes truly are in their field. But it's often off the court or out of the ring or off the field where the actual person does things that sully the reputation of the athlete. And you have to oftentimes separate the man from the athlete. With LeBron James, however, it's kind of different. As great as the athlete is on the court, the athlete off the court seems to be a decent person. All right? Seems to be a pretty decent person. But it's his maneuvering as a teammate and as an employee of organizations that irks people. It's during these moments, these instances where he shows himself to be a narcissist, he shows himself to be a diva, a male diva, he shows himself to be fake, a phony, a fraud. He shows himself to be a person who feels entitled in so many ways. Look, Kobe Bryant played 20 years for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I don't think Kobe Bryant ever meddled like this. He never meddled like this. And yeah, I use the term meddle because that's what he does. Sometimes I don't like a person who always wants to praise when things are going good, but deflects and want to blame others when things are going bad. That's not a fucking leader, period. I'm sorry. That's not a leader. And these are things that I think matter in the GOAT argument. It's not just your fucking stats. It's not about how many finals you were in. A lot of that shit has to do with your leadership as a player, how people respect you. Look, a lot of players growing up that are young right now, it's interesting how so many of them will tell you that their GOAT is not LeBron. They'll tell you that their GOAT is Michael or Kobe. Michael's been retired for 20 years now almost. Kobe has been gone for 2.5 years and hadn't played basketball, hasn't played in about 6 years. So that tells you something, man. This guy, the way people in the media try to make it sound like he's this ultimate influence of young players, that's overstated, man. It's overstated. You can see a lot of these young players today, they're motivated by guys like the people who I just named, or Steph Curry, obviously, Kevin Durant. You know, I think Luka Doncic is going to be a guy that's going to be influential coming up. They keep trying to force this dude on us, man. But let me get to the meat of this, though. This whole thing with the phone call. We heard this last year. LeBron and AD and Westbrook met and they were going to be committed and all this bullshit. To me, at the end of the day, I don't know what to believe as far as what's going to eventually happen. I mean, there are reports that they will acquire Kyrie. And I believe if LeBron gets his way, that's what's going to happen. But what pisses me off is I don't like somebody who, on the one end, says that, hey, man, you know, you're my guy, and, you know, I like to text this dude when he's down. You know, I think he's doing his best. And then, you know, Shannon Sharpe, a couple of days later on Undisputed, pretty much spills the beans and reveals that AD and LeBron probably told him, this guy sucks. We didn't know this guy was this bad. He sucks. Then you know, smile in the media and say, oh, no, you know, we support him 100%, lying through your fucking teeth. And then you do everything you can to get this motherfucker traded. And then when Russell Westbrook finds out about this, and then knowingly, I think like anybody would, you know, they don't want me here, so I want to be traded. Then he maneuvered to, you know, quiet the storm by doing this bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's like, man, fuck this team. Really, like, honestly, fuck this team. I'm sick of LeBron James. Seriously, like, I'm sick of him now. Like, I want to praise the guy at times, but I'm literally physically sick of him. I'm tired of him. It's like I'm beyond LeBron fatigue at this point, man. But that's all I got to say, man. You know, just ready for this guy to move on, get out of the way. He's taking up too much of the limelight. He, in my opinion, is delaying and marginalizing the rise of other stars out there. He's in the way. He won't get the fuck up out of the way. Look, when it was time for Magic and Larry to take over the league, Julius Erving was still a star, but he didn't try to hog the spotlight. When it was time for Michael to shine, Larry and Magic, you know, even though with both of them it was a situation they couldn't control, but I'm pretty sure both were blessed with health. They still want to be competitive, but they're not going to try to hog the spotlight. After a certain period of time, man, stars need to shine. Stars have to shine. And other stars need to fall in line. And this guy is just as bad as Tom Brady, man. They can't. They don't want to give this shit up. They don't want to give up being the man, being the icon, and just taking up spot from somebody else, man. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it.